Morning, guys. Thursday, October 16th, 2025 here in Rusty, Rhode Island. Cheers. Ran over yesterday and I picked up some high build primer and the reducer to go with it. It's all weather reducer. So gonna be able to get some build-up primer on this pretty soon. But before I do any priming or anything else, once I finish fixing all the problems with the glue process that I'm using, I want to dry fit it, because I want to make sure that I got the angles on these brackets that I reattached where it fits on. If you look in this area, it has to fit nice in this area, and this is where it bolts in. So I want to fit it, make sure that it's in, that I'm pretty sure I got them at the right angle. If anything, I think they'll pull out a little bit. I tried to squish them in a little bit when I started putting those bridges of epoxy on there. I'm not going to go any further until I fit it, just in case. I don't always get things right the first time. Just is what it is. So yesterday I finished this corner, putting it together. So what I did was I heated it and I bent this over, and then I melted it together, these two pieces on the top here where it overlapped. I just continued to take the plastic out and melt it into this plastic. The last thing I did was put a coat of that two-piece plastic epoxy on there. Chewy had suggested fiberglass, but the problem with fiberglass is if you bend it, it cracks and breaks. It's too hard. I need something that's flexible. So it has to be able to flex. So this rubber, even on the highway, although it's bolted all in, if you could get close enough to it on the highway, you would see that the pressure hitting the front of this actually bends it and flexes it. Even though it's all tied in, it's plastic. In cold weather, expansion and contraction, so no fiberglass. It's going to be all plastic, attached to plastic, and wherever I can, I melt it all together as much as possible. I melt it, like over here, I melted that thing almost all the way through. I stuck it. I took some advice and used instead of using the torch and the irons, I tried to have an old soldering iron. I tried that, and it worked. It was a little slower, but it worked. So I used that along with combination with the knives. My fire went out. That's alright. I was just trying to dry up the silicone. I bought some silicone to go up in here. Hold on a minute. Let's put some music on. Another commercial right in the middle of a song. Some people just have no taste. So it's all set up now. I heated the pipe a little bit with the fire. Make sure that's that high temp silicone. So I did it top and bottom, and I built a nice seal in there. And then I've been working on that corner. I still had a small leak in that corner, so I'm laying another couple coats of tar over it up and I'm building up a couple coats of tar on there. Oop, I heard the fan, the generator. You can tell it's Thursday, the generator's running over there. So the van truck, I'm going to take the skylight out, and I'm going to make a template of the rubber. Then I'm take a piece of my rubber back there, and I think I'm going to cut a gasket and silicone it right over the top of the existing gasket. I'll be showing you how I do that eventually. I'll get on that, but I'm going to pull this hood off, and I'm going to get started in this area. So you can see how this bends down, and then this is different, and I'm not happy with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the hood, take it in the garage, and I'm actually going to make this and this match. But what I'm going to do is it's going to come across, then it's going to dive down to what it is now. So part of this is going to stay, and part of this is going to be a conversion over to this, if you can imagine. And the thing is, it's once I cut this top off, this is underneath, because I never pulled the bottom skin off. So somehow I'm going to try to meld this off. Not real happy with this pinstriping, man. It's almost lost all its pigment. Oh my god, I'm almost glad I didn't clear over this stuff. I don't think it would have made a difference if I cleared it. I think it still would have lost its color. This is totally friggin' cheap ass. Cheap. Amazing. But that's my plan, to get started on this hood. I've never, some of the stuff I did, like the front end, like down low where I deleted the bumper, I think that came out great. And I had basically attached the bumper delete to this piece here, the existing. I added that on to the bottom of it and took the bumper off, and then changed the headlights from square to round buckets. All that I'm very happy with. And the headlights align and everything. I do them at night against my garage door, and I can see that they line up great and everything. All of that came out great. The bed merging into the body, all the welding and construction that had to be done in this area, I have twisted and turned this body, and no cracks, no breakage. Of course, I never put a ton in the back and tried it, but I never will either. I'm not going to put a load of gravel in the back and then go over rough terrain, I can tell you that. Might break then, you never know. That's the problem that Ford had when they built those trucks they built. It was like a wagon. There was no seam between the cab and the bed. And guys would put a load in the back, go over a railroad track, and it would break. The doors would open up and everything else. No carport yet. Nothing yet. Still just got that little pile of wood in there. I'm such a procrastinator. Look how beautiful it is today. The sun's out. It's nice and calm. The generator shut off. Jeez, I don't even hear any birds. No bells. No bells ringing. The whole front of my greenhouse blew out the plastic during that storm. So I'm not happy with the plastic, the clear shrink wrap plastic that I got. The white stuff, never had a problem with. I've been using that for years to cover up my wood. But the clear seems to be biodegradable, I guess. See what's going on here, guys. I'm going to split a little more wood today. Maybe do a couple more barrels. I kind of break my day up between working on this and doing chores around the property. And then I'm going to bring that, once I bring the hood in, the roof, oh God, what's the matter with me? The roof. Once I bring the hood in from the van truck, I'll be alternating between these two. Gonna put the Mustang out in the carport in a little bit. Get it out of the garage so I don't get all dusty. Another boring day in Rusty, Rhode Island. Not really. Poor Tyson, his blanket got all wet. I had to hang it up. I didn't even realize, man, during the storm there was a little leak in his doghouse. I fixed that with some silicone too. Always something to do. Out from Rusty, Rhode Island, guys. See y'all in Bad Chat.